because I just started reading a series that I've been dying to start months ago, and it's the Caraval series. I went to Barnes & Noble and I found the box, the one that brings all 3 books, and I was so excited to start reading it. But at the time, I was already reading. What was I reading? I was reading something. Wait, I was reading the the Stolen Air. I remember now. I was reading the Stolen Air, and January was a really hard month for me. I don't know. I think the seasonal depression really got to me, so I only read that one book for the whole month, just because I did not feel like doing anything all month, and even reading felt a little bit like a chore. But when I did read, I was loving it. It was just going back the next day to picking up the book again that made me feel like I don't really want to do this. But I knew that if I wanted to start the Caraval series, I needed to wait to be in the right mental state, because I've been waiting for so long to read it that I didn't want to do it when I was excited for it. But actually, I made a mistake a couple months ago, because I started reading the Once Upon a Broken Heart series. I fell in love with these books because I love a fantasy story. Fantasy is always forever gonna be my favorite genre, and that was the first series where I genuinely felt like this story is like what I want to find when I look for a fantasy book. This is what I am looking for when it comes to romance in a fantasy setting. And I did not do my research. I didn't do my homework. And I didn't know that they were part of the Caraval series, like in the same universe, and that it's kind of a spoiler to read those first. So I am going to go back now and kind of go into a mindset of like I'm gonna read a prequel now, since I read both books. I read the Once Upon a Broken Heart and I read the Ballad of Never After, and oh my god, I am so excited for the 3rd book that is coming out this year. It's called, I'm gonna look it up real quick. But yeah, I am really excited for that. For the Once Upon a Broken Heart series, the books, oh my god. This is without the sleeve. I always take them off. I always take off the sleeves. But look at that. Look at that. And this is after a book that is in the story. Like they find this book in the story, and then this is the one for the Ballad of Never After. So beautiful. I love them so much. I really love the setting of the story, the places they go to. I feel like the way it was described, it was really easy for me to imagine every place they went to, the land, the everything that was going on. It was just so easy for me to visualize everything that was described in the story. And I really, really love that about books, because sometimes, especially when it's like sci-fi books, I don't know what is it about sci-fi, but I cannot visualize things that are described to me when it comes to world setting or like power systems and stuff like that. But here, it was so easy to understand, and that made it so much more enjoyable, because I wasn't really trying to focus so much on like I'm trying to imagine what that even looks like. I could follow the story very seamlessly, and I fell in love with the characters too. Evangeline, I love her, because sometimes, you know, like sometimes the main character can be a little bit like annoying. Like sometimes they're doing things and you're like, why? And it's so hard for you to visualize either you put yourself in that position or even enjoy what they're doing, because it's like I am just following somebody doing something annoying and I don't like it. But I feel like Evangeline, even though there were moments where I'm like, yeah, I wouldn't have done that, but I'm like, yeah, I understand why she did everything she did. I'm like, I get you, I follow you, yeah, I follow. So that made it really enjoyable. The main character, I really loved her a lot. And then Jax, I love Jax, because he, since the beginning, Well, I know, I understand. It's supposed to be like an enemies to lover. He's supposed to not be friendly and not supposed to be the best. But it's like since the beginning, I knew I was gonna love him. Like it's those kind of people that since the beginning, you know that everything they're doing wrong, there's a reason, and I trust you, and I believe that whatever decision you're making is because you have to. But even then, there were moments where I was like, am I wrong? But that's what was so good, because I hate when like an enemies to lover, it's an enemies to lover, but in reality it's more like we're both annoying each other to lovers. Like, are we really enemies? But I feel like he actually had some villain moments where I was like, that was not nice. And it kind of reminds me of Carden. I mean, I feel like Carden was worse. Carden had some moments where I was like, I need to root for you, but how? But Jax. Aww. Because here's the thing. When he did things that were wrong, it wasn't that horrible. Like, he's not really ripping anybody's wings off, you know? But they were just not kind to Evangeline. So it's like, yeah, you're not like a monster necessarily, but that wasn't very kind. And I am so ready to get to the point where we start to, you know, be friendly to each other. But that is the good thing. That is the good thing. I don't want you to give me what I want. When I'm ready to see those moments where they're starting to be friendly to each other and then they slap each other. Not really, but like they go back to like, oh, we're not there yet. It's annoying in the sense that I'm like, oh, I was ready, but also I'm like, yeah, this is realistic. This is what I'm expecting when I'm looking for an enemies to cover. I want you to be enemies. Also, after Jax went to the, like, when Jax started having blue hair, I could not switch back to blonde. The moment it said he had blue hair, I'm like, he's gonna have blue hair in my mind for the rest of the book. I think that was really cool, and that is how it's gonna stay in here. But I'm trying to, okay, I don't want to give any spoilers, but how can I talk about the ending of the ballad of Never After without any spoilers? Okay, so I was so excited to get a moment of Jax and Evangeline. And, well, not finally, because we did have a couple of moments, but I was just so excited to have more. That's what I was saying. I was so excited to have more of Jax and Evangeline that I was like, I need to finish this book. It doesn't matter what time it is. So it was like 1 a.m. I was already in bed. I was ready to go to sleep, but I could not fall asleep before I finished reading the ending. So I stayed up late, and I reached the end. And here's the thing, at the time, we believed it was gonna be a duology. When I read the ending, believing that this was the ending to the series, I feel so bad. Like, now that I know it's a trilogy, now that I know that there's more, I'm like, that was perfect. That was a perfect cliffhanger. I love that you
let me beg for more. I love that you left me suffering. I love that you broke my heart and left me crying and sobbing at 1 a.m.
But before, when I thought that was the end of the story, I was like,
I'm gonna become the villain now. This is my villain era. Now I'm gonna be the enemies to someone's lover.
Because I was shattered. But it was done so good though. Here's the thing. It's not that the ending was disappointing. It's the opposite. It's that it was so perfectly heartbreaking. It was so perfectly, like, you literally just took my lungs. You took all of my air. You took my oxygen out of me. And that is what I want to experience when I'm reading a book. It's just that I'm like, okay, good, I experienced it. That was funny. Now,
give them back to me.
So when I heard that the third book was coming out, my will to live immediately came back into my soul. But yeah, so I'm very excited. But meanwhile, while I wait for the third one to come out, I thought this is the perfect time for me to read the series because I am out of the loop. The fact that I didn't even know is already sad. So I got the books and I started reading the first one, and I literally just started. I'm already in page 70, I think, and I'm already obsessed. I'm just gonna say, no spoilers, but there's like ships involved. I am in such a like ship, sailors, pirate, water, ocean, mermaid obsession lately. Like I'm literally about to rewatch all the Pirates of the Caribbean today, and when just seeing that we're having like a little moment where we're like on a ship with a sailor, and I'm in love. I don't know if this is gonna be like a recurring theme in the book. I'm just saying this is where I'm at right now, and this is my current thoughts on what's happening right now in the book, and I'm already loving it. But also, those books are beautiful. So I bought them as a pack at Barnes & Noble. I bought them as a box in Barnes & Noble, and I didn't even want to open them until I was ready to read them because I wanted like the whole experience. I wanted to experience all of those feelings at the same time. So I waited for 2 months. I bought them in January, I think, or December, I don't know. I waited months to be ready to open them today so I could start reading them. And oh my god, I even had my friend on the phone to see her reaction. Ok, chequéalo acá. ¿Tú lo ves?
¡Wow!
Ajá, y loca. ¡Qué fake tú!
¿Qué?
Loca, mira, en la parte de atrás, chequea lo que tiene. Espérate. Mira, loca, tiene playlist.
¡Wow! Let me see. Let me read.
Okay.
This what?
Discombobulate. The Handsomer Girl. Los tres. Y el segundo al final tiene las notas de la autora.
That's super cool.
Tiene como una parte.
Wow.
So yeah, now that I have these gorgeous books all open, I am so ready to enjoy more of this universe, because the fact that I believe this was it, like these 2 books and then the 3rd one's coming out, and I was like, okay, I love this universe, but this is all I'm gonna get. And then I find out like there's a whole other series that I should have been reading before. I'm like, see, I must have done something good in my past life. So I'm going to go back to reading because I need to finish this book already. I am already obsessed, and it's perfect that I started reading this now because the last 2 months I was going through this read slump, and it was hard because they were books that I was actually enjoying. The books were not the problem. It was me. I'm the problem. It's me. Because I'm all about the mindset. If right now I don't feel like reading, like I might feel like reading later today, but it's like an overall like mindset. Like whenever I have the free time where I could be reading, sometimes I'm like, okay, but like I'm going through like this phase where I'm obsessed with this hobby or this activity, and it's like if I have the time, I wanna paint, or I wanna learn how to crochet or something like that. So I'm like trying to split the time between reading and doing all these other activities and finding like that schedule, and I feel like I finally did, and I found that balance, and I'm back to having like a more consistent reading schedule because I genuinely enjoy reading. It's not like I'm trying to fit reading into my schedule, like I'm not forcing it. It's more like, I don't know, like I feel like I need a schedule for everything, and I never find the time to read. Then at the end of the day, when I didn't read, I feel like, oh, I wish I did. Like now I feel disappointed because I'm like, there's this book and I really want to read it. I want to know what's next, and now I can't sleep because I'm thinking about it. But then the next day comes and I'm like, I have the whole day, so I can just do this first and then I'll read, and then it's like a constant cycle. So I feel like I'm finally back into having a good schedule for reading. Also, another thing is that I really want to make like a little reading nook in my house because I'm in the middle of like redecorating, so I feel like every single month everything is in a different spot. Like this bookshelf, I literally just moved it there and I might move it again in just a month because I like to switch stuff around. So I feel like I'm still trying to find that perfect spot for everything, and one of them is definitely like my reading nook or my reading spot because I need a corner. There's so many specifications. I need it to be a corner. I need it to be cozy. I need a nice chair. I need to buy a chair for that, and I need a nice lamp for that. I need everything to be perfect. So for now, I'm just gonna make it work because I just need to read. I'll worry about being comfortable later. Right now, I just need to read. So last week, I was working on one of my latest paintings. Honestly, one of my most favorite paintings I've done in a long time, maybe forever. Because so I've been obsessed with like cute little animal paintings, and like I said before, I was really trying to find a way to fit in those like cute little animal paintings and cutesy with my style, because I feel like I was going for more like a realistic, but I feel like I just need to start doing things I want to do instead of trying to fit the style or an aesthetic, or because I wanted consistency with like, okay, I've been always doing portraits and classic studies and all that, but now all of a sudden I'm gonna do cute things. Yes, all of a sudden I'm gonna do cute things. So one of the things I love the most about this one, I mean, I love everything, I'm gonna admit it, I am very proud of this one, but the face, I am so proud of how it turned out. And the eyes, I love the eyes. Okay, but yeah, so today I'm gonna work on another one because after I decided to do this one, I was like, this is gonna be a new thing now. I'm gonna make more. So I am still deciding what I want to do, but I think I might do another cat. I think actually I'm gonna work on a gift for a friend because my friend has a cat and she loves her cat, and her cat is the cutest thing ever, and I really want to paint her and maybe give it as a gift to her. So I think that's what we're gonna do today. And of course, it's not gonna be just the cat, it's gonna be the cat wearing fancy clothes because yes. So I'm gonna start doing that, and then I'll be back when I take the little break just to see how it's going. I like to take a little break in between so I can like step away from the painting, see how it's looking, see if there's something I should fix, see if the proportions are right.